So we know, and you know this, that there is nothing better than a cuppa and a chat.
Absolutely. Derek is in Kildare Day Centre this morning and he is celebrating Alzheimer's Tea Day.
How are you getting on, Derek?
Yes, good morning team and welcome down here to Kildare in County Kildare, celebrating Tea Day 2024 in aid of the Alzheimer's Society of Ireland. Barbara Scully is with us. And Barbara, 30 years ago,
you had hard to believe because I only look 35, right?
You had your first Tea Day.
I did, yeah. 30 years ago, I was employed by the Alzheimer's Society as their first public relations officer and fundraising manager, and one of my first tasks was to set up a national fundraising day that could do two things. That could raise awareness, which at that time of Alzheimer's disease and dementia in general was really low. So it was to raise awareness and also obviously to raise badly needed funds to provide services such as this wonderful service that we're in this morning here in Kildare. So yeah, that was I was very privileged. That was my job, and thankfully it's still going.
Barbara, it has grown immensely over the last couple of decades, right?
It certainly has, yeah, it certainly has. But you know, one of the things that always appealed to me about Tea Day, and I think still works, is it's an easy thing to do. I wouldn't be a big fan of, hard to believe as it might be, running a marathon or, you know, running up a hill or jumping into the water or doing any of that kind of stuff. But I can sit down and have a cup of tea and gather some friends or colleagues or neighbours or whatever. So it's a really lovely social way to do something really worthwhile and raise funds to help not just the people with dementia and with Alzheimer's, but also their families and their carers.
Barbara, you have so many tea stories from over the years. Give us the inside scoop.
Well, I mean, one of the, you know, there's memories that stand out. One of them was having tea with Maeve Binchy, who was obviously a writing hero of mine, in her home in Dalkey, which was just such an astonishing privilege. And I got so blown away by it. I know I wrote her this really cheesy, awful card afterwards, which I hope she destroyed. But my best story is having tea with Charlie Haughey on the lawn in his mansion in Kinsealy in North County Dublin. He had retired, tribunals hadn't happened yet. He was still a very powerful, albeit with all due respects to yourself, rather short man.
Thanks, Barbara.
That's okay. And after we had tea, Toyota used to give us this beautiful Jeep on loan to promote Tea Day. It was covered with teapots and teacups and Alzheimer Tea Day. And I had parked it at what I thought was a respectful distance from the house. So we had the tea, which was very nerve-wracking because, again, there was real tea involved and I was terrified I was going to scald the former Taoiseach. Anyway, we finished, we got through it. We were walking back towards the house and I'm gabbling and trying to make small talk and saying, thank you very much, Mr. Haughey, for giving us your time. That was wonderful and we really appreciate it. And he couldn't have cared less. He was squinting into the distance and the next thing he utters the immortal words, who owns that eyesore parked outside my house? And I went into a panic going, and I was like, well, it's for Tea Day and the Alzheimer's Society get a loan of it and it's fabulous and it's this and it's that. Now, it was a Jeep, a small Jeep, but it was a Jeep. And he looks at it and then he looks at me and he said, grand little car for a woman, I suppose.
I love it.
And he gifted me a great story that I've dined out on for years.
Wonderful. Barbara, we'll come back to you in a few moments' time. But first up, we're just going to pop over here now. We're going to say good morning to Paul Hutchinson. Good morning to you, Paul.
Good morning, Derek.
Now, Paul, you are a client here in the centre itself. When did you start coming?
I started coming, I think it was the end of October, November of last year. And I love it here. I love it. There's so much to do. And I was very negative before I got here.
Yeah, you were saying that to me. Obviously, early onset of dementia, and you said it's all about your mindset, and quite negative, but it's completely turned a corner, I suppose. And
it has turned the corner because I find I'm more positive now. And having dementia is no easy thing, believe me, But I think I've turned, and there's one thing that sticks out in my head. Helen said once, in the early days, she tells you as it is, but she said to me, we all love you here. And it meant so much to me. That meant so much to
Absolutely
me.
beautiful. Tell us about some of the activities you're involved here then in the centre.
Oh, well, we made all them teapots and all that. And I didn't think I'd be able to, but thanks to a bit of help from the staff and all that, I was able to go around them and all that. And
I believe you're a great singer as well.
oh yeah, lovely singer, lovely singer.
You're a man for a tune, right?
Oh, I love a sing song, and Helen plays the guitar and all, and she gets out and has a sing song with us and all.
And
so it's grand.
We have to mention your lovely wife, Anne. Is she here? She's here in the room.
Over there, I keeping an eye on her. She's grinning at me.
Who's the boss? Who's the real boss?
Oh, I am when she's out.
Yeah. Exactly. Now, Helen McLean. Helen, you are the day centre manager here.
right,
I mean,
yeah.
this is a brand new facility. You've tried for so many years to get it up and running, and finally we have it.
Absolutely, absolutely. It was a great joy. We opened the doors last August, and we're open Monday to Friday now, 9 to 4:30 every day. And it's just been a real pleasure, like to open the doors and have people like Paul coming in, and lots of other people who it's a real privilege to share their journey, you know, and to know that we're providing, I hope, a safe and friendly and welcoming place where people can come and have a break and get out of the four walls of home for a while, and come in and spend time, socialise with people. They're meeting people, having a chat with people who are on a similar journey. It's not always the same, but they're encountering maybe the same struggles sometimes. And somebody like Paul, you come in and he brings joy to other people as well who are using the service.
Important. And we can't forget the carers either.
Absolutely, we have an amazing team here. They're the team who today wouldn't be happening without them. And I think the key, I was only saying this earlier, every staff who works here are here because they're passionate about the job. They're not here, it's not just a job to them, they're here because they genuinely care, and that's vital to provide the service.
Okay, Paul and Helen, thank you so much for joining us here this morning. Before we let you go, Helen or Barbara, pop over to me here. Where can we find out more online?
It's not too late to have a tea day. Anytime you can have it, whether it's this week, next week, or at the end of May, or any time. And all you need to do is log on to teaday.ie and register, and you'll find all the information you need there. And you can contribute to making a difference, like Paul has so beautifully explained to us, in so many people's lives.
Absolutely. How do you like your tea, by the way?
I like it like I like my men. I like it hot and strong, Derek.
There you go. You heard it from Barbara. Back to you in studio.
Eric.
What a way to finish
Barbara
it.
didn't miss a beat. Good
Fair
on
play
ya.
to you, Barbara.
Lovely stuff down there this morning. We've loads more still to come on RLDM.
We'll see you back here very shortly.